And we're all loaded up. We got 3 out of 4 tires with air. That's winning. And we just stopped for a little strap check here. Everything is good. Foggy day here, man. We never get days like this out here. It's usually always sunny. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Schneid's 15. Today we got a 1952 Dodge here. I bought this a few weeks ago, and these trucks, people call them, pilot house. Nobody wants them. I think they're neat trucks, and this thing's in really good shape. Pretty well anything that's old and in good shape is worth buying if you ask me. Anyways, I was just messing around with some Bedwood here, and I thought, shit, it's only been about a year since I made a video last fall or December or so when I was fixing up my 41 Dodge, or was it a 41 or 42? I can't remember. And everybody liked it. So it's cold out, it was minus 20, and it's nice and warm in here. So I'll show you guys around this thing, but you won't believe it. The actual Bedwood here that I got to replace it, the strips, the bolts are coming loose in there. So I'm just loosening off the strips, sliding in new wood, and we're gonna tension it back down, and we'll have the Bedwood redone with the factory strips. That's how good a shape this truck's in. So as you can see, we might have to do a little bit of wet sanding on this thing. It was a beautiful green truck. Somebody repainted it silver, the whole thing, but up here it faded into this funky pink color, which you don't really notice outside, honestly, but when you're in the shop, you notice it. Anyhow, here is the frame. Look at that. Black paint on it still. Black paint here. It's just crazy, the shape of this truck. And those bed strips, no rust to them. So we're gonna reuse it. I was just mocking up one to see how it would fit in there. It'll fit just perfect, my 7.5-inch boards in there, and we'll get to cutting them and throwing them in. I'll get you guys watching me do that today. Overall, really straight around here. We gotta get a windshield. The truck was owned by a fella named James Smith at its end life. But before that, it had some really cool decals on it, which I've found on the other side. I'll show you. So yeah, we're gonna learn how to cut some glass, or get somebody to cut some glass for us, I should say. And basically, the floor has some pitting right here, a little bit of rust right there, no hole or nothing. It's just a little bit of rust from the heater core leaking. So we're gonna get the seat redone. I found a fellow that redoes them locally. The only rust I found is that pitting on the floor and right here. I don't know what this is from, if it got dirt above the fender support or what, but anyways, that's what that is. The engine turns, so we're gonna see if she fires up, but first I'm gonna get the messy cosmetics out of the way. I'll show you the other side. This is the side with all the paint on it. Tailgate's actually pretty nice. This side was sitting into the sun, and he said a few years of it sitting into the sun did this. If you look under here, it said something, I think it was, I gotta look, a guy found it online for me. Someone's plastering Swift Current, Saskatchewan. Pretty cool. We'll try and grind some of this off of here and get us back to green paint. But anyhow, let's get this Bedwood done. Well, I just tapped these up in here and loosened the bolts. Seems pretty good. Well, we were able to save everything except those little bolts on the end, or the big bolts, I should say. I have to cut those off. So 5.5 in from each side, measure in 4.5 from the end, same there and there. Which is funny because all the newer trucks, the one bolt over here, I believe it's the second one, is over because of the fuel tank. This one isn't, kind of cool. Anyways, we're just gonna nip this out, throw in our last boards, straighten up our boards, tighten them down, and I think we're gonna have to put some stain on this one, guys. With our Bedwood all done, I gotta do a major cleanup in here. I think we got every single bolt but one, I think, just the side bolts on the bed I had to cut out. There was 14 bolts I had to replace. All the strips came loose. It's just absolutely amazing that I was able to reuse those, and it's the look I want for this truck. We're gonna stain it. It's gotta be darker.
From factory, they use black paint in the middle, which is gonna look odd with the rusty strips. So I'm thinking just a darker stain or something like that. I'll let you guys chime in. But for now, I found a local guy that does seats. So we're gonna take this seat out and get it to him, hopefully. And the windshield. With these windshields, they're flat glass, so I can get a shop to cut them, I believe. This one is gonna come out in pieces, I think. That one is fine. So I'm gonna pull out the strips here. The windshield should come out and I can get new glass cut, and this is gonna really add to the value of this truck and just make it look a lot better, especially once the seat's done. And the seat, I think I'm just gonna do black material in it. I think they were this gray from factory, but I think black would look better. We'll see. But, and then after that, we'll get to doing some engine stuff.
Sorry, I had to be really careful and take this out. It was a little temperamental to get out, but our seal's real good. I just took the glass to town. They're gonna redo it. My upholstery guy is going on holidays here for the next month, but with that all vacuumed out and not stinky, no mouse house in there anymore, I took it outside, leaf blowed it. Went in, got this 1 3/4 hose. If you want to know, it's a Napa 7694. I just cut it off only about 2 inches, and you have a hose that fits in here. That's not a flexible hose then, and the flexi hoses are like $90. This was $35. It's still expensive, but either way, you get a nice molded hose. So we're gonna put that on there, and then I found there was a very slight leak when I replaced that frost plug there beside it. There's like a little hairline crack there, so we're just gonna put a little patch on it. I'm not too concerned. Well, I bought some dark Minwax paint or stain. I didn't want to do paint on it, so we're doing it black stain. And as it dries, I hope that it kind of looks a little bit weathered like this. So we'll see how it goes. And we'll let that all dry in there. Should get non-glossy when it goes down. I slopped on a couple of washers, but overall turned out really good. The first board I did was the second one in there on the far side, so should dry to kind of a black weathered look that I want. So unfortunately right here and right here, there's a crack in the block. I can see where it's been drilled here, here, and here, where they've drilled it, tapped it, put studs in it to fix it, and maybe it was fine for a lot of years, but I really don't know. I'm sure you can see those dots right there where it's been fixed prior. So rather than chance it leaking again, I'm assuming it hadn't been leaking out of there, but who knows? There's no rust marks. Maybe those are new, but either way, it's been fixed at one point prior. So what I've done is I've cut 2 pieces of fiberglass mat here, and I have got this epoxy here that works really good. It's for gas tanks, actually. I'm not concerned about it on here. You know, even if it gets up to 200 Fahrenheit, I'm not worried about it at all. It's just an epoxy, but it works really fast. So I've used it on gas tanks with amazing success, and it bonds really well. This is it. So we're gonna, basically, I've prepped it, I've ground it, sanded it, wiped it with the acetone, and now we're ready to, we have to mix these together and then squirt it out onto there, put our mat on just like you're doing fiberglass, and then cover it. So it's going to be a big rush here because it doesn't take long for this stuff to settle up. So let's see what we can do. Well, we're taking the gloves off. I apparently didn't record that, but there it is. It got a little sloppy, but the fiberglass is in there and it's patched. It looks crappy here, but at least it's going to be covered. This stuff here, it says it will get hot, and believe me, like this shit'll burn you. Well, I reinstalled the oil filter and the distributor there, or the coil I should say. Put the bolt back in there. The hose is on. I threw some water in off camera. I like to put water in because I got cats and I don't want glycol leaking on the floor. So we can always drain the water out and put it back in, but it's a great test for it. So anyways, like I said, these were old patches, but we'll put some stuff on them just to make it look, or well, just in case it did leak or weep or anything, it'll have a an extra layer over it. Did drip and make a little bit of a sloppy job. The bedwood is drying up pretty good. I'm gonna be really happy when this stuff dries. It looks odd on camera. In person it's really dull, but on camera it's a very glossy look to this stuff still. But anyways, a little bit of dust on there, it'll fade right in and look like factory. So yeah, the interior is all pretty good besides the seat, which we'll get to eventually. But now I forgot off camera, threw a fuel filter on here, took the fuel pump off, threw some gas in that hole right there, and looked in there with the borescope before I filled it up, and we got good clear gas coming in. So this truck must have been ran into the later years, like I'm guessing the 90s or early 2000s or something, because that gas tank ain't rusted out and it's nice and clean. So with our repair sitting overnight on the water jacket there, or like I said, I don't even know if it was leaking, but I didn't want any leaks. There's a little weep on the water pump there, I think at least. Maybe I just spilled some. I did spill some there, so maybe it's not even leaking. I don't know. Anyways, pulled the intake. I grabbed a battery. We're throwing 12 volts to this bad boy because 6-volt cranks it, but it wasn't great when I brought it home, so maybe my battery just needs charge too. So anyways, we've connected it. It is positive ground, and I was just checking my key switch for power because I didn't have spark. So let's see if this thing fires up. We got gas going to there, and I know that my power valve in there, or whatever you want to call it, your accelerator pump, is working. So let's see what we can do. Okay. All right, let's see what we can do. We'll take it. Well, she likes the choke. Not too smoky in here either. We'll let it get some heat into the old girl. There. Oil pressure's good, 40 psi or so. Well, everyone, I think that's pretty good for a first part of this video. We'll cut it here and we'll keep you tuned so I have something to film for the second. But we're gonna get a belt on this thing, drain the water out of it now that I know it doesn't leak. I'll probably run it a little bit here with the belt. I'm just gonna put some non-tox RV and plumbing antifreeze in it for now, just for the winter. And then if there's no leaks that develop or anything, we'll drain that out, put some glycol in. But yeah.
we're good. Waiting for the windshield here. Frank. That's Frank. I'm sure lots of you guys remember him from last year. And we still got the other one too, Felix, for all the cat lovers on this channel. He's here. He's having a good sleep. They're both doing well. Bedwood, well, as you can see, it's drying up pretty good. It's taking its sweet time because it's not that warm in here. But yeah, that's about it. Get the windshield in, muffler on, start tearing into brakes, and see what we can do. This thing should run and drive soon. We'll see you next time.